Hey guys, Desolator Magic here. I've got 3 big news stories coming out, mostly involving WPN, the whole network of like stores, and the upcoming Innistrad set. So first up, guess who's getting a spoiler for Innistrad Midnight Hunt? If you guessed me, you're a silly, silly little monkey. No, it's your local store, maybe, but probably not. So, as they put it, stores that reach WPN Premium in July, which, good luck, will receive a digital Innistrad Midnight Hunt preview card. Okay, don't they send out a paper version of the card to like all these random Twitter thoughts and Twitch idiots who don't even know anything about Magic? Like they always send them the physical card so they can show it off. How much harder could it be to send a card to a store when you have existing shipping agreements because they're in the WPN program? I don't get this. I guess they really just don't trust stores. That card would be on eBay or sold privately so damn quick, dude. Oh my gosh. Anyway, they say we're testing a new WPN premium benefit with Innistrad Midnight Hunt and forcing stores to advertise for us. Oh wait, I misread that. And stores that cross the WPN premium finish line in July get to experience it firsthand. Any store that achieves WPN premium status in July will receive a digital Innistrad Midnight Hunt preview card. Each store will get their own exclusive card not previewed anywhere else. So instead of Wizards, or I should say their third-party company that handles this for them, I am not kidding, that's how they do it. Well, last I heard, which is like 7 years ago, they're just gonna include stores this time, and then it'll be like, oh, compliments of, so-and-so really big store, here is this spoiler on this day. So it's kind of cool, it's nice for them to include the stores, but there's a theory going around that they're running out of anybody with a respectable audience, which I could tell you right now from the last couple spoiler sets, they're running out of people with large followings who are willing to do this. I wonder, I really want to know how many people they offer it to, and they just say, okay, but how much are you going to pay me? This is clearly a sponsorship. I don't play Magic. I don't even know what you're talking about. You want me to show off one of your new products? How much are you going to pay me? And they're like, nothing. It's an honor. And they're like, well, then go away and go bother someone else. I mean, they've given preview cards to people with like 150 followers on like Twitch. I mean, come on. I have more than that on my Twitch account, and I haven't used it in 6 years. Now, a lot of times it looked an awful lot like they were like, okay, we just got to select a third of the people based on their skin color, gender, and orientation. Which, okay, you do you. I mean, if you just don't care about sheer numbers and you care about woke bullshit, fine. But I think they were also getting down to the point where they're just like, okay, fine, go to like the D list. Like let's find somebody who just has 500 followers on Twitter. Okay, there we go. They get a preview. It's all going to end up on mythicspoiler.com anyway. So if they're truly running out, they're just going to be like, who can we do? Oh, the stores. Because if they decline it, like we'll just kick them out of the WPN premium program. That's very heavily implied because they like review it on a continuous basis and they can deny it for any reason. And I know people who have been denied. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering how to qualify for WPN Premium, it's basically impossible to come off of, oh, no structured play and we're closed from lockdowns to like, whoa, premium status. It's almost impossible. If I'm not mistaken, you need 60 engaged players, which means 60 unique players, I think, 3,000 tickets, which is entries to F&M and other things, which that's the hard one, 20 activated players, so 20 new players signing up for new Wizards accounts, and then after that, you have to have been in the WPN program for 6 months. I don't know why that. I mean, if you got astronomical sales and 100 people showing up, why make them wait 6 months? I don't get that. But provide a certain point of sale data upon request. No, they want all of your point of sale data. Every Magic product, what you sold, for what price, on what day, and what you paid for it when you got it. That is what they request. I am not kidding. And then you have to fulfill a WPN premium quality checklist, which is like 60 items, and they're all absolutely batshit crazy. It's mostly a bunch of crazy-ass diversity shit, them complaining about your bathrooms, them telling you how to arrange your chairs and tables because they know how to run your business better than you. And I think they even said, like, the products have to be like alphabetical, and like Wizards products have to be displayed more prominently than any other products. Just absolute ridiculousness. Everybody I've ever heard of just lies on this damn checklist. It's like, oh yeah, we changed our whole store over to feature just your products unfairly. You're welcome. There, checkbox. So yeah, I mean, it's not the hardest for a giant superstore in a big city, but pretty hard to hit the 3,000 ticket thing, I'll tell you that. I think it's in a 12-month period too. So my estimation is there's only 4,000 to 5,000 WPN stores left in the world. Not America, the world. And I think I've heard from Wizards themselves that only 5% of them are premium status. And that was in like 2018. So, I mean, it is what it is. Your store might get a spoiler, which, I mean, if it was my store, I'd think that's kind of cool, I guess. I'd say they could put it on display or something, but they're not getting the physical card. They're only getting a digital copy. Fantastic. So next story, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms product availability. Oh, good. So availability of the D&D Adventures in the Forgotten Realms set boosters and draft boosters may be somewhat limited in the US and Canada through the release window around July 23rd. Okay, their manufacturer for North America is in Texas. Texas told the lockdowns to go themselves. Two theories here. Well, I guess three. The normal one would be, well, the Texas printing facility is just that far behind from the last year. I mean, they still got orders coming in, they all piled up, and they haven't printed their way out of it. Second theory, they're so fed up with Wizards as a customer that they're just treating them like a second-class customer and prioritizing less whiny, dickish people as their, the first ones they run off. I mean, as if it's not their own fault that their machines suck at, like, ink and quality standards and scanning and cutting and everything. I heard they're from a good source that their machines are absolute antiques. They actually don't even have an optical sorting system, so whenever they want to do something fancy, they got to get it done in, like, Japan or something, or Belgium. Or, third theory, I guess Wizards is so irresponsible they didn't give them the final proofs in time. I don't know, that would imply that they spent too much time playtesting the set, which... No, they didn't do that. I don't know. This is more bad news. They say some distributors in the US and Canada may receive Adventures in the Forgotten Realms pre-release early sales promotion set boosters later than expected, which means no price support at pre-release. All other pre-release products are expected to arrive on time. Please check with your distributor on the status of your order. While we anticipate some slight shortfalls, these products are not limited releases. Well, we knew that. Every standard product is print to demand. And customers should expect these products to remain available as we continue to deliver set boosters and draft boosters leading up to and after release. We recognize that customers are going to your store looking for more Magic the Gathering, and I guess products, it should have said, and may have faced difficulties finding some products. We understand this could be frustrating. Yeah, if they're asking, they're like, hey, I have money, I'm ready to hand it to you. Oh, Wizards f***ed up, oops. Can I interest you in a better game like Warhammer 40k or Dungeons & Dragons? Or Flesh and Blood or anything? So blah, 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 Morons of the Coast is hard at work meeting the continued demand to deliver products as quickly as possible. Thank you for understanding. I guarantee that's not what anybody reading this did. As we work to supply stores globally with more of the Magic product you need for your customers and in-store play. Let's just cut the shit. The next 10 products are going to be delayed. There you go. Limited availability for all of them. Okay, you want to hear the real conspiracy theory here? They're shorting it on purpose because when they did that to Jumpstart, the worldwide price online went up and they sold a lot more. Now, how do you sell a lot more by printing less? You just follow it up with a second wave really quickly. Now, they've been accused in the past of having a first wave that wasn't a full first wave, and then the second wave is really just the rest of the first wave, the first printing job. And you probably already know that I'm talking about, of course, Eternal Masters, where the first wave was pathetic. I think people saw the spoilers and they're just like, this doesn't look that great. I think they're like, wasn't fetch lands, so like there goes a bunch of value. People are like, oh, this is kind of okay, but it's not a very good Masters product. And then so the first print run was so short that it didn't really drive the prices down very much. And then when they did the alleged second wave around Christmas, people said, no, this is just the first wave. And I thought they said something about like the serial numbers of those, like some of those markers, the job number markers that were on the palette, like kind of indicated that they were in fact lying about it being a second wave. I don't know if that was ever proven. I think my opinion was I leaned slightly towards no, it was a true second wave, but some of those documents coming out made it a little more fuzzy. So let's just say they've done it in the past. Potentially. So would they do it now? I mean, where you see like release date and then a week later all the prices go up for sealed and for singles, then another week passes and they continue to go up and people are like, holy crap, I gotta get my hands on this. Wow. And then like 3 weeks later they send out a second wave that they had the whole time. Then people are like, oh yes, I'll pay anything. I'll pay $120 a box on eBay. Let's go. Woo. And then the prices then crash down to what they normally would be and they all get burned. That's a pretty good business model. You will up demand. You will have people be fooled into like buying it and holding it. They could probably get away with it with plausible deniability until COVID is completely gone. So in my opinion, yeah, I do think that's actually what they did. I think they did short it to up demand because they're not sure what paper demand will be. You know, because will people come back to F&M? Will people actually play it? Not without early rotation, and then knowing that Arena has early rotation and paper doesn't. So yeah, I think they shorted it. I think they're lying. I think they're sending it out in stages, and it's very like a controlled valve or whatever you call that. Yeah, I think it's all lies. So third news story: Dora the Explorer has now become the most valuable card in all of Magic. Just kidding. The actual story is about Innistrad and what they're doing to absolutely screw over stores and piss everybody off. So, woo! So, pre-release packs now come 15 to a case as of Innistrad Midnight Hunt. I've been misquoting this the whole time. I thought that they were like 30 packs or 32. I thought that I had heard that somewhere. Maybe that was true 8 years in the past. I don't know. Nope. Every source I've talked to said that they currently come in cases of 6. So you have to round to the nearest 6 and then sell off what you don't use. Well, now you have to round to the nearest 15, which I've been to pre-releases that had like 15 people at them. But if you go 16, well, you're buying 30. Good luck getting rid of them. So this pre-release, by the way, is September 17th, so they're kicking this in pretty quickly. And this isn't the only change. They're actually changing prize support, too. Arguably in a good direction, but there's a... What's the opposite of a silver lining? There's a bad lining to everything that Wizards does. So not only are they forcing you to overbuy, but set boosters are going to be the pre-release prize support instead of draft boosters. So you might think, oh, cool, a free upgrade. Well, hold on there. They're sending out extra buy-a-box cards as sales incentives. That's cool, but we already saw what, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 of them are. So it's like, yeah, they're okay. They're between $5 and $10. Whatever. Old frame foil, limited print run, whatever. They're going to have a pre-release early sales promotion again, but it varies by region. So that's where, like, if you buy a box during the pre-release, but you're limited to just one, and they've done this a lot in the past, then you get, like, a special whatever, like a promo pack or something, like an I1 F&M promo pack, which are, I think they're still worth, like, on average, like $32. So, I mean, that's not bad. But they haven't said what it is, so, okay. Obviously, I already mentioned the whole get to premium, get a preview card thing. And then they've made a rule, I didn't even know this had to be a thing, where there will be no commander dueling at pre-release. So at first I was like, what? Why would someone do that? What? It's sealed. Like, you can run whatever you want for F&M, whatever format. That's a real thing. But why would you change the format of a pre-release? It's standard, well, not it's actually, what is it? It's technically limited sealed block, I guess would be the proper descriptor. How would you get commander duels out of that? But I read their little extended thing at the very bottom of the article. It's because they replaced the Planeswalker decks with commander decks in some of the products. So they say because Innistrad Midnight Hunt has fewer commander decks than other recent sets, setting up a fun and challenging game of commander using just those decks would be a challenge. I think they know they're unbalanced, and that's what they're getting at. That's why we're holding off on Commander dueling for Innistrad Midnight Hunt and pulling out all the stops for the season's Commander Nights. More info coming soon. So we're going to have a big push for Commander separate events. So that's kind of nice. I mean, seriously, I was like, oh, everybody, here's your pre-release kit. All right, now get out your Commander deck. But seriously, were they actually selling the Commander decks and then running a Commander pre-release instead of sealed? I would be so pissed if I showed up and that's all they were running. I mean, do it on a Saturday or Sunday, but if you do that Friday at midnight, By the way, I haven't heard anything about the timing of either of the two next ones. They did move it from midnight back to like 6 or something, or 8, or like, I don't remember. Like they moved it up and thought that might drive up attendance, and it absolutely did. I've got no problem staying up all night, but some people have a life and a job. I think actually I complained about it because they moved it up to 3 o'clock on a Friday, which I'm like, people work. And then a lot of them, I think even my store, canceled the midnight one and just held the next one at 6 a.m. I know they've been getting staff complaints for the last 10 years about having to staff a thing that happens at midnight, but they got a lot of people and they made a lot of money. I mean, it's not like it was the worst thing to pay your staff to stay up for and pay overtime for. But let's circle back to the first couple details. So the whole 15 to a case thing, they say pre-release packs now come 15 to a case to accommodate new set booster prize support. Those two have absolutely nothing to do with each other. The number of pre-release packs that you order has to do with your attendance. The amount of prize support you get, I guess, also has to do with your attendance. But what the hell does any of that have to do with coming in a 15-pack instead of a 6-pack? You're actually guaranteeing that you'll overflow the number of attendees. And then if they send you prize support for more pre-release kits than you gave out during the event, you have to get rid of them otherwise elsewhere somehow, which makes you look super shady because people know when you were supposed to give them out. Then you might get a report. So it's all, they're just completely and absolutely lying to people. They just want to oversell by a couple percent and inflate their bottom line on these and make the attendance look better than it is. And then stores are like, here, we got 35 extra pre-release packs. Oops. They say this change makes it easier for you to match quantities of pre-release packs with the new pre-release prize support set boosters. Why the change? Customers are asking for it. That is utterly ridiculous. They say player survey data shows more than half of players prefer set boosters to draft boosters. Yes, they want the better, more expensive one that comes with better things in it. Shocking. Here's where they're absolutely lying. 64% of surveyed customers said they would rather have 2 Kaldheim set boosters than 3 Kaldheim draft boosters. Whoever they surveyed is incapable of doing math. The set booster is better, but it's not that much better. What is that, a 50% difference? No, not even close. Or would it be 33? I forget which one's relative. No way is the box EV 50% higher or whatever on the set boosters. I don't believe that. Maybe for like the first run ever, but I don't think that's true. Now get this, they go on to say that percentage is increasing too. The number of customers who would prefer set boosters increased by almost 9% over Zendikar Rising. I can't believe people would say, I want 2 of a slightly better one instead of 3 shots at like a good card. I don't believe that. Weigh in down below. What do you guys think? The growing enthusiasm makes sense. Set boosters are optimized to make opening boosters as fun as possible. All your products are as fun as possible, according to you dumbasses. You've said that about every single one at some point. And that's a great fit for pre-release when many players are experiencing the set for the first time. I do not see the correlation between those things at all. I'm gonna want more cards to build my deck, so I want more boosters. That's me. Ooh, pretty showcase frames. I don't give a shit. Give me a shot at more rares. I could care less about showcase frames. I get it, a little bit more value, but you're less likely to sell the cards and more likely to keep the cards because you're like, I need this for my deck. So you don't want to be forced to accidentally, inadvertently keep like a $7 card when the regular rare is $3 just because it's an extended art foil, which you wouldn't have pulled from the draft booster most likely. So I don't think that anything about this market research is correct. I think they're just lying. They're just like, we're going to cut your prize support by 33%, and here's our ridiculous justification. It's all the customers. They're the ones who are asking for it. Did you know that it's almost the same cost for Wizards to run off one set booster as it is to run off one draft booster? I wonder why they're reducing it by 50%. I wonder if it's a cost thing. Now, foils do cost an immense amount of money to run off compared to a regular card, and I think set boosters have more of them, but other than that... Now, get this. All this gaslighting nonsense is a justification for even more bullshit. Are you ready for this? It also makes set boosters a juicier prize for players to sink their teeth into. You can expect the price of pre-release packs to increase going forward. So because we're shorting you on prize support but pretending to upgrade it, because the customers are asking for it, and because they're going to be so nuts about getting set boosters, we're going to up the price of pre-release packs. Why didn't they just title this article, "We're upping the cost of pre-release kits and also we're giving you less prize support, comma, you." And then as a subtitle in italics, also, if you're a WPN premium store, we're going to force you to advertise for us. Oh, by the way, Korean and Chinese traditional language regions will receive draft boosters for pre-release prize support until further notice, as set boosters aren't yet available in those languages. Because remember, Wizards pretends to care about diversity and different ethnicities and locations, but at the end of the day, they really don't. But they do kiss China's ass. So actually, the Chinese one is kind of, that's surprising. But Korea, they don't give a f*** about Korea. They don't give a shit about Germany, Spain, none of that. If they did, they'd get the translations right, just as a baseline. Oh, then, of course, you can't even order the number of pre-release packs that you want. In all regions, your allocation will be based off your largest pre-release attendance from Strixhaven, Kaldheim, or Theros Beyond Death. All 3 of which were during the lockdowns. So, reserve your spot right now, you, the viewer, if you want to go to a pre-release for the D&D set. Because I guarantee you they are not sending your stores enough and don't plan on going to any events on Saturday or Sunday. By the way, the exact increase in buy a box promo, giveaway, promotional prize support that I believe they get for free, the stores, is going up by a mere 25%. Oh boy. That's for the early sales promotion thing. They are using those allocations are using Q1 2020, which is probably a little bit smarter. People were still kind of running around and doing stuff a little bit then. If you think this couldn't get worse, your pre-release early sales promotion booster box will be comprised of set booster boxes, draft booster boxes, or a split of both, depending upon your region. Oh, so I was wrong. It's not the promotional cards. It's just boosters to give away as a buy a box promo only during the early sales promotion thing. So it's got to be, I mean, depending upon the allocation, they are upping it by 25%. You could buy basically 36 packs in a booster box and get like 2 extra, like 1 set booster, 1 draft booster or something. Or, 1 extra pack, 5 extra packs. It all depends upon how much they get. Or they could lie about it, keep half the packs, give away 1 to 5 people, say they're out, and then open them themselves. It's not like stores aren't famous for doing shit like that. So yeah, generally it's just Wizards trying to paint a real pretty coat of paint on unimprovements. And then, of course, blame the customers for it, and then screw over stores in the meantime. I mean, what else have they been doing for the last 2 years? So, generally bad news unless you really wanted to pick up a whole entire booster box of a standard set during pre-release and also wanted set boosters. Hey, wait a minute. If you're buying a box of draft boosters because you want set boosters, why don't you just buy set boosters? Now, see, I kept calling it prize support, but it's most of what they're talking about is not prize support. It's early sales support. But it sounds like prize support for the pre-release events is also going to be mixed. So they're kind of, they show up at the same time. They're kind of in the same box, in the same pool, but they are technically 2 different things. I don't think I distinguish them that well in this video. So anyway, that's all the news for today. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys next time.